I wanted to share my thoughts on this whole no influencers sign discourse drama that's happening online right now. Just as a person who's been a full-time creator for like 4 years, I have a lot of thoughts on this, but my number one, like sort of all-encompassing thought is it is no coincidence to me that the people who are so outraged and calling this misogyny, they're all worked up and they're so offended about this silly little sign. And it's like, these are the people who have quite literally never spoken up about anything of value on their platforms in their lives, right? Like not about elections, not about entire groups of people losing their rights, no political, social, like any advocacy, philanthropy, like nothing going on their accounts in that regard. Putting myself in the position of like the consumer or the viewer, I'm not gonna rally behind you and be like, oh yeah, like influencers are so oppressed and this is like such a horrible act of discrimination to put up this mean-spirited sign. Like, we've got greater fish to fry, and objectively we lead pretty easy, pretty privileged lives. And I think that this kind of like overblown reaction is exactly what makes like the average viewer and the average person just so fatigued with influencers in the first place, because it's like touch grass. Like literally, like you are living in a different reality. Your political advocacy career cannot start and end with like influencer discrimination. That said, is there nuance to the conversation? Is there a reason why influencers feel really protective and honestly, quite frankly, defensive of their careers and what they've made for themselves? 100%. I feel that all the time. I almost never tell people flat out like, I'm an influencer. I might say I do social media. I might say I do content. I don't tell people that because it feels like a bad word. It feels taboo. It feels kind of silly. And that kind of sucks because I am really proud of what I've done and what I've made for myself. And is it true that I do think a lot of the hate is rooted in misogyny because this is such a female-dominated industry? Like, in what other industry can a woman like stay home with her kids, earn a full-time living, in fact, out-earn her husband, be the breadwinner for her family? There is a lot of strategy and hard work behind any successful creator that does largely go unseen by the audience. And is that, as a creator, sometimes kind of hurtful that people don't take you seriously? For sure. Is the sign a little bit mean-spirited? 100%. At the end of the day though, I think that we have all really lost the ability to just laugh at ourselves. You know what I mean? Like, it is not that deep. Not everything is meant to be this big, like, public think piece. I think that it's just a business who is making it clear that they don't want people filming in their store, and that's okay, and we gotta respect it. And it's kind of funny. Have a laugh. It's silly, it's goofy. What we do is harder and more strategic and more influential than probably the world gives us credit for, but I think we got it pretty okay. You know, if that's our biggest concern, again, we got bigger fish to fry. Let's use this advocacy for real issues.